Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Jack Oates to go. I am on a little break at works, and I wanted to get this video in because it's not going to take too much time, but I think it's something worth addressing. I was actually reading on a forum how people feel like Naruto in this last chapter in the manga was being nerfed, where he kind of clearly addresses that he nerfed himself. It wasn't that the writers did it, it was him, and for good reason. But we have to think about, Naruto's position, and then we also have to think about something that I call the flaw of the leaf, which might have played a big part in this battle. And so I want to explain what the flaw of the leaf is before I get into anything. So the leaf ninja have this this thing about them where they have a hard time keeping fights on a very small level. What ends up happening is that they they end up coming out with amazing amounts of destructive power. But we also get a glimpse of this when Konohamaru was dealing with one of the small time villains that we saw in Boruto, where he was losing the fight convincingly. And then he decides to whip out a Rasengan and not hit him with it, but kind of just display his power. And that Rasengan blew out pretty much like a mile behind the guy, which would have easily killed him. So this is the flaw of the leaf. They can't keep things small to where they can't promise that someone's going to come out the other end alive. Uh, they are good at killing. They are good at destroying things. That's just what we've come to know. Whereas like places like the Hidden Mists, they are extremely good at very finite levels of fighting. We've seen their assassination jutsu. I mean, they're that's what they're good at. But we also didn't see a lot of destructive power from Shinobi from the Hidden Mist, just as an example. So this is something the Leaf deals with constantly. Now, when we look at the fight that Naruto had with Delta, of course, people, and I was one of those people for a while too, uh, that the fight shouldn't have gone on as long as it should have, and he should have won convincingly. The thing is that in Naruto's position as Hokage, as much as we love to see Naruto just nuke everyone and everything, it's not realistic. He has established this world of peace, and he wants to maintain that. So if something comes to threaten that peace, you have to make sure that one, it's not just one person threatening. So he had to make sure that it wasn't just Delta coming in, acting on her own. And if that wasn't the case, which it isn't, and she's working with Kara, he's got to know about Kara, so he's got to keep her alive. And just like I just said, the Leaf Ninja are not good at keeping people alive. He's also got to gauge her power, her moveset, her abilities, so that moving forward, if he is working with a group, he knows what he's getting them what he knows what he's getting into moving forward. So he's going to have a little bit more battle knowledge instead of jumping in blind next time. And then think about the very beginning. This is why he nerfs himself. Remember when Delta comes and invades, Eno picked up right away, and she suggested that maybe I should call the forces to come out and deal with this, and he said no. I'll deal with it myself. Don't tell anyone. So he intentionally did this because he didn't want the residents of the Leaf to know or become fearful of their living situation or become fearful that something's going on in the world that, might spark another war. And think about this. Think about the sensitivity of the time that they live in. A lot of these people were around to witness this war, so that, and on top of that, the Leaf residents had just gone through that Otsutsuki invasion. So these guys won't be ready mentally for another threat. And Naruto knows this, so he's got to keep it under wraps. So he keeps this fight as small as he can without alerting anyone else, which is still surprising given the level and magnitude of the fight that happened. But this is something we had to think about. But like I said in the beginning, he tells Kawaki and Boruto that, hey, like I could have finished her, but I couldn't because I had to keep her alive to get intel. So, I mean, I also want to address people that are following Boruto. It You have to give it time. I think we're impatient. I'm one of these people too. We're so impatient with this series just because we know that Naruto got super lit. But that was after a lot of filler episodes that we had to go through. That was after a lot of development, and we have to give them the space and allow them the time to develop the characters and the story the way it should be, so that when we get to the payoff, it's not gonna let us down. We saw that in Bleach, right? We had all this development and then it just let us down at the end. We need a good story, so give it time. I know like these last two fillers were trash, um, but still, we can't fall into this trap of comparing things, and we have to look at it from a different point of view. The characters grew up, and so should we. We have to think about why they are and are not doing things now. Like I said, it's super easy for Naruto just to nuke everyone, and Sasuke addressed this when he was protecting the villagers from Momoshiki's first blast before they took Naruto. Is that he told Boruto directly, "Your dad could blow this thing away, but he's choosing not to because he would destroy everything else and put all the other residents in danger." So you have to think about this. Naruto can't just nuke everyone that he comes across, because it's not realistic, and he has a position to uphold, and he needs to keep this world safe. That is now his job. But even though protecting is his job, that doesn't mean he can just throw the biggest eight-tailed beast Rasen shuriken he can and not care about anyone else. So just wanted to put that out there for people to kind of think about, and also as the reason why, I'm very sure they're not nerfing any characters except for Hanabi in the Boruto series. Um, and yeah, that's just what I wanted to put out. Other than that, I'm gonna take like a small nap in my truck and head to work. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. I might do a video later tonight. This one's just on my phone, so it won't be like heavy editing or anything. So, thanks for watching. Tune in. My Hero Academia, I will be doing this weekend, 5 episodes at a time. Remember, to win $100, all you got to do, like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram or Facebook, then direct message me a screenshot as proof that you did this. If you are the 5th one to do this, you will get $100. And that's all I got for you. This is Jack OATz the GOAT, signing out.